It's the final countdown. Do-do-do. Billy-do-do. Billy-do. Do-do-do-do-do. It's not the final countdown, it's just the final scenario of this challenge season. So how about that, guys? We made it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We are playing as the Scarlet Knight, going to get some revenge for her dearly departed commander, the Conductor. Did we do that? We did that. Which is pretty cool. I like getting to play as the various things. So the Scarlet Mark that we've got is represented by this Scarlet Knight card, and it gives us +1 to all of our attacks. But it also means that all of the attack items that we pick up will deal damage to us equal to +1. So that's not great. Oh, if we flip the position token badly. It's just they're sometimes booby-trapped, which is interesting. What's going on here? I forgot to sleeve this card. Hold on. I will sleeve this, I will reshuffle, and then we will get started. This is what other channels don't show you. the production errors. But at least you know one card that's in my deck, and Aaliyah the Wanderer. I am busting out all of the stops for this last challenge scenario. Binder cards, reserve cards, cards from decks that I had to tear apart in order to get. Let's see what we got. Dark Hall. Death Moth. Awesome. So, if I read the challenge scenario correctly, Death Moths are the way to... Oh, wow, we got a lot of Death Moths. Death Moths are the way to avoid taking damage. So you encounter the Death Moth, and then they give you the items not from the field of play. So I need to arrange these in a way that makes sense. I'm just going to put them out, actually, like that. Alright. Challenge system. In the scenario, you play as the Scarlet Knight on a trek to find the Clocksmith, defeat him, or persuade him to join you. Okay. Okay. Finding the Clocksmith's workshop. Okay, so we need to find a void. We need to find the void. And the first thing that we're going to do in pursuit of the void is encounter this Death Moth, who is going to find us an item. Shock Shrooms. That'll work. And this gets shuffled back in. I love the Death Moth shuffle back in effect. Very handy for a tutor to come back, even if it is a random tutor. Okay. There are no forced engagement effects. So it would be safe for me to cover up the false wall. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. Now I'm going to encounter Deathmoth D and grab a couple more items. Did you see another Deathmoth D? Yes, you did. 1, 2. Okay. Now we've got a couple of items. But we still haven't found what we're looking for. You see, we need the Master Goggles in addition to our Shock Shrooms or our Scarlet of Hearts and our Jar of Bright. We need the Jar of Bright, and then we need an attack item. We need all of those to discard to the Void. Once we have all of those, we can either... We've got a few options here. We can either find Aaliyah and use her ability to exchange items from the pull pile to get the item that we need. Or we can just keep trudging through death moths until we find what we're looking for. I'm going to take another death moth. Mirror piece. I mean, it's technically better than the Shock Shrooms, damage output wise, so I guess I'll pick that up. Nah, I'll keep the shocks. The shocks are going to keep damage from happening, and that's going to be better. Let's take this hallway. Oh, whoops. That was 4. The Master Goggles. Okay, cool. So we can pick those up without any consequence and exchange them for our Shock Shrooms. Now we need to start digging for the Void. Deathmoth D. You don't really need a D right now. I'm going to regret saying that. Another Deathmoth. I'm going to take this False Wall. Okay, all sorts of good stuff on the field of play, but nothing I can really use right now. And another False Wall comes out. Okay. I'm just going to take the False Wall. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take this hallway. Out over Deathmoth D, and take this False Wall. discard the Smiler, or sorry, the Faceling. Okay. Just make it impossible to take the False Walls, why don't you? And we deck out. I made the base deck fairly easy, with only a few Facelings in it, because of what we've got to do. We've got to fight a souped up Clocksmith, and then get out of here. So I'd really rather not have anything. Did I shuffle in everything? What did I take? A lecture hall? Yeah. We'll put it there. It doesn't really matter where it was, so long as I'm in a lecture hall. Well, that's not great. One more. Let's take this hallway. The Void. Okay. Finding a Clocksmith's Workshop. After the Void is revealed on the field of play, discard a wearable, a consumable, and an attack item. Then shuffle the control room into the pull pile and the key card into your deck in hand. You may discard all 3 items when the Void appears on the field of play, but all 3 items must be discarded at the same time for to count for this challenge. Okay, cool. So let's do that. All right, so control room into the pull pile. Card into deck in hand. And that key card counts against my my light level limits, which is kind of a shame, because I would have included more powerful items if I could have. Little energy drink. Encounter Death Moth D to refill my items. Shock Shroom. Shock Shroom. Shuffle him back in. Okay, as it is, I won't have enough damage to kill the Clocksmith, because he's got 10 HP. I'm going to encounter this Faceling for 1. Please tell me that wasn't. No, it wasn't. Okay. Just had to make sure that wasn't the key card that I just shuffled back into my pull pile. It wouldn't make a difference if it was, but I would have cried. I will shock shroom him, so he dies. And I will flip. No gem. Oh well. And then I will take this lecture hall. A death moth. We're going to take that death moth. Death shrooms. So with the death shrooms, we do have enough to kill him. Gotta track the sanity, or else I will die to sanity damage. Alright. Hallway. One, two. I'm going to encounter this death moth. Mirror piece. Get that quick shuffle. Encounter the faceling. Didn't really want to do that, but down to 16. I'll use the mirror piece on him. So that takes me down another 3 to 13. Take the lecture hall. Let me please encounter Aaliyah. Stop doing other stuff. Okay. Aaliyah the Wanderer. Back to max sanity. And I can go through the pull pile and exchange my items. I'm just going to exchange this shock shroom for a parasitic tennis ball. Oh, did I drop a card? Shuffle that back in. Okay. Lecture hall. I'm going to place it this way so that I retain one. Oh, there's the key card. Pick that up. Just picking one up. I'm going to do a lecture hall. Place this way so I retain one. Lecture hall. Place this way. This is going to be a little tight. But I think we'll be okay. Okay. The Void can... The Void can absorb the Master Goggles, just in case. Because I might need the Scarlet. So I'm going to have to place over it. Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay. Take the hallway and probably deck out. Yep. I'm a little positive right now. On resources. Take this hallway to conserve my limited deck in hand. Or not my limited deck in hand, my limited deck. There we go. So I'm going to encounter the Faceling and do nothing about him. And then I'm going to enter the control room. Enter the control room with a key card in your inventory, but disregard the control room's ability. Discard the key card, and then place the conductor in, or not the conductor, the clocksmith in the engagement zone, and disregard his text ability and printed sanity loss. Choose whether to fight or persuade him. If you choose to fight him, he has 10 health and 7 sanity loss on engagement. Okay. I'm going to do that. And deals 3 deck and hand damage each action round. Oh, I forgot to place out. There we go. Once he's defeated, place him in the next level zone. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm going to open with the Death Shrooms, which deal 7 of his 10 health, but also take me to 2. I'm going to take the hallway. And then I'm back up at 5 from taking the hallway. And then he's down to 3. So I don't need to spend anything extra with my parasitic tennis ball. I just need to throw it. So it does 2 base, 1 plus for the Scarlet. And that's the Clocksmith done. Once he's defeated, place him in the next level zone. Okay. Whether you fight or persuade him, shuffle the car park portal into your deck in hand, and then find it to complete this scenario. Okay. I know there's 3 in the pull pile right now. So what I'm going to do is take this hallway. One, 2. And I'm going to take the false wall. That way we can burn through my deck in hand really quickly. That'll take me to 8, and that'll take me to 13 from the hallway, and then the false wall. Place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we'll take the car park portal. And that'll be it. As she slipped the lock into the key and twisted, the massive vault door groaned open, spitting out heavy sparks as the multitude of gears rumbled within. Heavy oil rushed out, filling the room with a smell of rust. She stepped through the threshold and into the car park level. Stuttering lights flickered overhead, but she was unflinching as she peered over the endless concrete that stretched in every direction. The sound of distant footsteps let her know that she wasn't alone. The wanderer couldn't be far off now, and the thought brought a crinkle of emotion that caused her heart to twitch. Rage pulsed through her veins at the thought that the thorn in the conductor's side running freely through this place. Scarlet's fingers tightened into a fist. The time for patience had passed. No more games, no more mercy. With a step into darkness, Scarlet vanished into the flickering abyss of the car park, relentless, resolute, and ready to burn down whatever stood between her and revenge. Very cool. Well, I hope you all enjoyed these challenges as we worked through the season. And I hope you will come and watch another video with me again. Until then, Daxinu out. Peace.